The founder of CCA, Frederick Meyer, wanted to create a college for makers who do, people who do, and for all the same reasons that our founder wanted to connect the arts to social, political, and economic life. That's huge for this country. That's whatever the new economy is going to be, it's going to rely heavily on the arts and design and the kind of culture and the creativity that our students can bring. So this is a great opportunity to invest in a model of education that is really fundamental to the success of society and the cultural success of the world that we live in.
The project is really about creating this 21st century space for learning, teaching, and making. What's really interesting about the program is really embracing both traditional forms of making and new digital forms of making. And I think that is essentially what 21st century making is all about. It's using things from the past that make us think differently and combining that with new opportunities and new tools from today and for the future.
I grew up in Shanghai, so the Bay Area has always been sort of this dream place for me where everyone's really inclusive, and I'm really happy to find out that it really is like that. And at CCA, they really promote diversity and also sustainability and also cross-disciplinary work.
It's really important for people to be near each other in order to collaborate and to work together. And while it's been great to have this legacy in Oakland and the years that the school has existed there, it's been a bit of a challenge to work back and forth and to feel like one community.
I have classes on both campuses, and it would be really great to kind of have those minds combined. So like some of the more design-based managers and some of the more fine arts-based shop managers, having them both tell me different ways to do a project as opposed to getting only one side on one campus.
That's the future of education in so many ways, to break down the silos. And that's been a huge part of what art schools have done, but it's also a huge part of the culture of the Bay Area and where we are. And our 3,000 creative people who are going to be focused here really will provide great energy to that entire ecosystem in the Bay Area.
Today we just did a sustainability workshop, having conversations, basically absorbing first all that we can from the many different facets and the many different people that are going to be living in this place and calling it their new home. We're trying to capture that diversity of perspectives to inform our work.
We're going to have a true community where you're going to have 1,000 students, let's say, living within 100 yards of the campus. And people should support this program because it's a real glimpse of the future. They're going to see what the future is going to like well before the rest of the world because it's going to be created here.
Even though I won't be here, if I could do whatever I could to carve a path for these students coming to have that space, it's like I was fed a delicious fruit and I want more of it, and I want to plant a tree so that the future students can take more from it. You know, that's more important to me than anything.